What if everything you've been through wasn't meant to break you, but to build you? What if every closed door, every heartbreak, every night you cried alone wasn't the end of your story, but the beginning of who you were meant to become? Think about it. What if the job you lost was the only thing standing between you and the life you were truly made for? What if that breakup that shattered you wasn't rejection, but redirection? Because the universe knew you deserved a love that wouldn't make you beg to be seen. What if that season when you felt forgotten was actually when you were being prepared? You remember that night you stayed up, staring at the ceiling, feeling like you couldn't take another hit. When the world was loud, but your phone was silent. When the people you thought would stay, didn't. And somehow, through the tears, through the loneliness, you still woke up the next morning. That was strength, that was courage, that was you, surviving what was meant to destroy you. We all have those moments, when life doesn't go as planned, when the dreams we build crumbles right in our hands, when you give your all to someone and they walk away anyway. When you look in the mirror and don't even recognize the person staring back. And yet, somehow the days keep moving, and one morning you catch your reflection again and realize you're still standing. A little bit more scarred maybe, but also a little wiser, a little stronger. What if the pain had a purpose? What if the delay isn't denial, but great timing? What if the dream you feel impossible is just waiting for you to believe in it again? Because sometimes life doesn't give you what you want right away. It gives you what you need to grow into the person who can handle what's coming. I know it's hard. It's hard when you see everyone else winning, when you scroll through their highlight reels and start questioning your own story. But what if your path isn't behind? It's different. What if your breakthrough is one more try away? One more late night, one more I'll try again tomorrow? Because the truth is, you've already survived things you've never thought you'd get through. Heartbreak that left you breathless, losses that felt unbearable, moments when you whispered, I can't do this anymore. But you did. You're here. And that meant there's still more for you to do. What if you stopped doubting yourself and finally trusted the journey? What if the person you're meant to be is just waiting on the other side of fear? What if all it takes is one more step than faith, even if it's shaky, even if you're scared? Because you don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to keep going. Every person you admire, they all started with a what if? What if I try? What if I fail? What if I rise? And somewhere along the way, their what if became I did. What if you forgave yourself for the things you didn't know, for the times you settled, for the mistakes that still haunt you? What if you stopped replaying your past and started imagining your future? Because maybe the life you've been praying for isn't far away. Maybe it's waiting for the moment you stop letting fear decide your future. So here's the truth. What if can either haunt you or make you? What if I fail? What if they leave? What if I'm not enough? But try asking this instead. What if I win? What if they stay? What if I am enough, just as I am? Because you are. And one day, you look back and realize every pain, every loss, every lonely night was leading you to this. To a version of you who's braver, wiser, and stronger than you've ever been before. So take that leap of faith. Trust the process and believe in your what if. Because what if this is where everything changes? Now, let's go get it.